Today I'm creating a small, minimalistic texture art painting. And what you'll need is a small canvas, acrylic paint, texture medium, a palette knife and a paintbrush. Before I start working, I prep my workspace by laying down newspaper or plastic or anything on the surface because this can get messy very fast. Once everything is ready and good to go, I apply the texture medium. Scoop a small amount of modeling base onto your canvas and then you can use your palette knife or anything else to spread it over your canvas. You can create any texture patterns by using whatever is laying around the house. Once you are happy, let it dry completely. This might take a few hours, so I would suggest leaving it overnight. Once everything is nice and dry, you can start to apply your paint. I'll be using acrylic paint on mine. And be sure to work in natural light so you can see the texture and the shadows better. Try to stick to a limited color palette for a more modern look. In this example, I will only be using 2 colors and white. You will notice I mix in a lot of white to give me different hues of the colors. With this type of artwork, sometimes it is a good thing if you leave some of the imperfections because they add character to your project. For this project, I'm using light sandy tones, almost like a shoreline beneath shallow water. And then slowly I build layers of turquoise and aqua, and you might even add a soft blue to let each color melt into the next. I'm trying to create something calm and tranquil, almost like a lagoon. From this perspective, it's less about waves and more about shapes and flow and the quiet movement. As I work, it almost feels like looking down from the sky, watching light dance beneath the surface, and everything slows down here. No noise, no rush, just space, color, and a breath of fresh air. Once you are happy with all your colors and you've got your painting covered, you can add subtle highlights if you want to and clean up all the edges. Once you are happy, you can just sit back, relax and wait for the paint to dry.